This presentation is on marijuana and why it should be legal on a federal level for not only its medical effects, but its recreational uses as well. The reasons for this being its medical effects, the job opportunities it could possibly create, and the tax revenue. The reason that people may not be on board of this discussion would be the fact that marijuana could possibly lead to the loss of IQ and memory, as well as it possibly being a gateway drug. The reason that they are only partially right is because of the fact there is little to no context put behind these statements. Marijuana has many medical effects, including the easing of pain, anxiety, and the calming of seizures. While there are many medicines out there that treat these illnesses, there are not any medicines out there that treat all of these illnesses with little to no side effects. Job opportunities that can be created from marijuana are outstanding. The farming industry is the most efficient way to get this other industry blowing up even faster than it already is, because there's already pre-existing farming equipment, land, and essentially they already have the means. All we need to do is just pass the policy through. The scraps that are not sold can be fed to the animals, because the main ingredient in cannabis, THC, cannot be activated unless heated up until 220 degrees Fahrenheit. The distributing end of this industry is already outstanding, considering there's already over 100 separate dispensaries in Colorado alone. Each one of these dispensaries need at least 5 people to run, efficiently at least, and that means there's already 500 people at least employed in Colorado from the sales of marijuana, and that's not even including the farming end. Last year, Colorado collected over $250 million in marijuana tax-related fees alone. If we were to apply those policies to the entire U.S., we could possibly be getting around $12.5 billion and a year. And while some say that this could be the thing that gets America out of debt, I personally have my doubts, because America's debt is well into the trillions, and it takes 1,000 billions to make 1 trillion. That doesn't even include that the debt is still growing. So, that's an unreasonable goal, but it could sure help. And other policies that could help boost that well-needed revenue could also be, instead of sending a person that has more than the allowed amount to prison, we could just give them a hefty ticket. In all reality, it costs $32,000 a year to take care of a single prisoner. That's outrageous for someone having 2 or 3 grams over the amount that they should. The reason that people would not be on board for this idea is the loss of IQ, of memory loss, and also the fact it could be a gateway drug. The reason that people say this is because there's studies out there that say that with prolonged use of marijuana, the memory loss and loss of IQ are definitely things that happen. And also the fact that gateway drugs, the reason people say that marijuana is a gateway drug is because THC will bind to your pleasure receptors, and it will make you react differently to a harder drug in the future than you would if you had never tried marijuana. And the reason marijuana isn't all that bad is because the studies shown to decrease the IQ and the memory were essentially done on outliers. The people that smoke more frequently and longer than the average Joe ever would. And this just deludes the entire results of the test. And marijuana being a gateway drug is truly debatable. There's so many aspects that go into one trying a hard drug for the first time. You could be having a bad day. You could have the worst mindset that you could think of. You could just simply be in a bad mood. However, to just sit there and blame one aspect of one's life on that choice doesn't make any sense. And if you wanted to check any of the facts that I just gave you, then you can go to these sites. Have a good one.